Fools and Horses in 10 minutes on BBC One.
Over on BBC2 in 5 minutes, the Northern Ballet perform a new production of Dickens' classic, A Christmas Carol. Here on BBC One now, the news with John Humphreys.
Well, now on BBC One, let's see if it's time to dust off a certain Bing Crosby classic. Here's Bill Giles with the weather.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, if you were foolish enough to bet money on the White Christmas, I think you've certainly lost your money again this year, unless that is you live up on the mountains up in Scotland. Patches of rain falling on those cold roads, so again a few icy patches, but all of that I think gone in the next 2 or 3 hours as milder weather pushes its way down. And then tomorrow, well, a pretty cloudy day for Christmas Day, I think, certainly milder in the south, few spots of rain. It's going to be clearer further north for a while, and then more rain coming into those northwestern parts. And that rain is going to push its way southwards through the day, I think eventually getting down into the south during the afternoon and into the evening. And some of that rain could turn out to be fairly heavy, and it'll be bringing in brighter but colder and showery weather in behind it. And those showers, as I've already hinted, turning to sleet and snow, particularly, I think, over the hills. Now, it is too, temperatures up to 7, perhaps even getting a little bit higher than that as we go through the day, but then turning colder in that brighter weather once more as the showers push their way in.
Perfect Christmas present from BBC One.
Goldblum in Earth Girls Are Easy. First, a film premiere for BBC Two. Steve Martin's looking for a new life beyond the weather map in LA Story.
BBC One.
Well, now on BBC One, James Naughtie recalls the events and incidents of the past 12 months in the 1994 Review of the Year.
It's on BBC One and tonight on BBC One.
With music from the Grammy-nominated singer-songwriters the Indigo Girls later this evening on BBC One. They're recorded live in concert at 25 to 1. A plant with a taste for human flesh brings fortune, fame and some great songs first on BBC One in our film comedy. Rick Moranis and Steve Martin star in Little Shop of Horrors. Tonight's late film is Neil Simon's comedy drama Brighton Beach Memoirs. A teenage boy discovers baseball and the opposite sex at 11:30. Just starting on BBC Two now, the classic 100 film stars Dirk Bogarde in Luchino Visconti's haunting and tragic work Death in Venice. Here on BBC One now, a unique musical combination of rock, folk and harmony recorded live last year. It's the Indigo Girls in concert. BBC One, let's see if it's going to be a barbecue kind of weekend with Michael Fish.
Hello there. It certainly was another scorcher today in the southeastern parts of the country, up to 31 degrees, but at night with the wind freshening up at the same time.
And so we arrive at our last piece of business for this evening on BBC One, and that's the clock, currently reading almost 1:30. It's time for us to take our leave for the time being, but don't forget that BBC Radio is still going strong. There's plenty there to keep you amused. From the team on BBC One tonight, though, and from everybody here at Television Centre, this is Jane Constantinis wishing you a very good night and a lovely weekend.